Hey guys, it's Amber Rain Davis from NotableInk.com. Welcome to the Craft Collabs My Favorite Fall Colors Hop. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome and I hope to see you again. While you may be approaching sweater weather in your neighborhood, it's still sunny and warm here in Southern California. But nonetheless, myself and my crafty friends are sharing our favorite fall color combinations today. I hope you enjoy our projects and thanks for hopping along with us. I'm also going to be doing my very first YouTube giveaway, and I'll have all of the details for you to enter this giveaway down below in the comments section. What you're entering is a chance to win a Copic Blending Trio number 7, that's the E70 family, and one of the handmade cards that I made for the hop today. This giveaway is not sponsored by YouTube, Craft Collabs, or anyone but me. So I have a confession. I don't really use fall colors very much. I'm more of a cool tone, really bright and bold colors kind of person. So it took me a bit to figure out what kind of palette I wanted to use. And what I landed on were some muted tones, almost like a home decor type of scheme. And what I did is I pulled out my cardstocks to figure out what kind of colors I wanted to use. And then I matched my Copics to go along with those. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch out my Copic markers so you have an idea of which ones we're going to be using. This is the E70 family. This is actually my very favorite Copic colors. That's probably strange, especially since I like really bold colors, but there's just something really unique about this particular color family. I just love it. And so this is obviously it's going to be a new set that I'm giving away, but these are the colors that I'm going to be giving away is that blending trio. This is the BG70 family. Now I only have 2 markers in the 70 family, so I also grabbed BG18 to go along with this as well. And this is going to give me that muted teal color. You know, I love aqua. I love anything aqua, and this particular muted tone really appealed to me. It also went with the cardstock that I have over on the left there. So now I'm going to grab the colors that I'm going to use for gold, and I'm using the Y20 family. I have Y21, YR24, and Y28. And I think that these together, you'll see this on the flower, they don't look like they would blend really well here as I swatch them out, but when you put it all together on the flowers, I think they blend quite nicely. For the cardstock palette, the first one is Stardream Metallic Gold, Curious Metallic Abyss, and this dusky purple one I have is from a paper pack that I got from Michael's probably over a year ago, and I bought it specifically because it matched the E70 family. So I'll go ahead and stamp this image from Altenew Weekend Doodles Stamp and Die Bundle with permanent black ink, which is a Copic safe ink, because we're going to color this image. So I have the Y20 family here. I'm just going to do some easy blending, nothing really complicated about this. We're just doing 3 color blending. I'll put the darkest color at the base, then come in with the mid-tone, and then the lightest color. On this particular flower, I started with the lightest. That's not normally what I do, so I'm not sure why I did that this time. And so you'll see me go over it twice to get a good blend. But for the rest of the flowers, I come in with the darkest, then the mid-tone, then the lightest. And so we'll just blend that out. So I'll do a couple of the flowers in yellow, and I'll do most of them in teal. And then our leaves are going to be the E70 family. And that's one of the reasons that I really like the E70 family. One, I think it's a beautiful color, but also because it's a great neutral. It really can go with so many different colors. And even though it's a neutral, it has a little bit of color to it. It's not a straight up gray. It's not a straight up brown. So I think it's unique, and I like it because of that. So we have our teal, and so when you're doing your flicks, just make sure that your flicks are going in the direction of the flower so that you get some curve to your flicks. And you can see I'm mostly up on my tip here. If you want a smoother blend and less texture or less streakiness to it, then hold your marker more horizontal to the paper versus upright, and you'll tend to get a better blend that way. At least I do. So we'll go in with our leaves. And again, I'm just doing some quick coloring. I don't even think I blend out these leaves completely. So I leave them kind of sketchy because that goes along with the illustration. I'm just cleaning up some of my coloring outside of the lines with the blender pen. I've finished up the leaves, and I'm going to go ahead and do the center of that yellow flower again with the E70 family. And this time I'm just going to dot it on to get more texture. I'll do the darkest color around the outside, bringing the mid-tone part the way in, and then I'll leave white in the center for that nice bright highlight. I'll add a couple more color, or a couple more layers just to add more texture. And then for the ring around that, I'm going to use some of the aqua. And that is our finished image. I'll go ahead and die cut that with the coordinating die. I've cut a few strips of the cardstock that I showed from the beginning. I'm just going to use that to ground my image. I'll flip that over and trim it off from the back. And then I'll go ahead and stamp my sentiment. And this is from the same stamp set. This is from the Weekend Doodles stamp set. And I'm going to stamp this in Obsidian Black Pigment Ink, also from Altenew. If you're wondering why I'm using all Altenew stuff, this isn't sponsored by Altenew. I'm an Altenew educator, and that's something that I became because I absolutely love Altenew products. I am a huge fan of florals, and I really love their florals. So if you were wondering, that's what's going on there. So just add some dimensional adhesive to the back so we can pop this up, and I'll get that adhered down. The only other thing that I add to this card is some Nouveau crystal drops in ebony black, and that will finish off this card, and we'll move on to the second card. So I knew this card was going to be mostly the die cuts, and so I wanted to have a background, a really simple background for that. And what I've got here is the Altenew Antique Gold Ink Spray. It's a shimmer spray. So I've shaken it up really well, and I'm just flicking that on, and I'll just leave that to dry. I've gone ahead and cut my fantasy floral pieces. I've cut two different flowers, one in the gold cardstock, one in the abyss cardstock. There's just 3 layers to these flowers, so super easy to layer this and put this together. My favorite way to do it is to put dimensional adhesive in between each of the layers. You can definitely just adhere them with glue as well. You don't have to put dimension. But with all the little nooks and crannies in these layers, I think adding the dimension just gives these florals that extra little something. It also helps to kind of really accentuate the shadows that are casted from that dimension. So I really love how that looks. I've gone ahead and put the abyss colored one together, and then I'm going to go ahead and start arranging my leaves. I'm not going to have you watch that because I spent forever figuring out where I wanted everything. So I didn't leave a lot of room for a sentiment here. So what I decided to do is put my sentiment on a strip, and I'm going to run it up the side so that I can ground the left side of this floral arrangement as well. So I decided that I needed a few different strips, and I cut them in different widths, and I'm just sliding those in behind my floral arrangement. I'll trim that off from behind like we did the other card, and then I'll bring this little strip here up through the bottom as well and trim that. And I think that helps just to ground it. I also felt like I needed some more of that abyss color in the arrangement because all there was the flower. And then I've just grabbed a Post-it note and a piece of washi tape because I decided I wanted more splatter, but I didn't necessarily want to get the splatter all over the florals. So I just did a quick cover up of that, and here you can see that card. These shimmer cardstocks are just so beautiful with how they reflect the light, and those are from cutcardstock.com. And here's the 2 finished cards. I really enjoyed using this muted tone color palette. It's a little non-traditional for me and a little non-traditional for fall colors, but I absolutely loved it. I hope you enjoyed these projects today, and if you did, that you'll consider subscribing to my channel. As I said, all the supplies are listed below, as well as the information to enter the giveaway. So all of that information is down below, so don't forget to check that out. Also, the next stop on the hop is listed below as well. So be sure to follow along. I know that other people have some giveaways too, so be sure to check out all of the inspiration on the hop. There's lots of great projects. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today, and if you're a new visitor, I'm so glad that you have found my channel. I will be back soon with more inspiration, so until next time, breathe, ink, inspire.